Last night, Sony had their State of Play showcase, which gave us an extended look at a lot of games coming out later this year, while also announcing new projects coming later on down the road. So now that it's had a little time to sink in and I had time to think about it, I thought it'd be fun to open up dialogue for communication for what excites us, what worries us, and what blew our mind last night at State of Play. Here at the Maelstrom Minutes, we're going to be talking God of War, Metal Gear Solid, Silent Hill, and more, so stay tuned. And to start us off, last night Konami took the stage to showcase that they are releasing the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2 on August 27th for PlayStation 5 and other consoles. Up to this point, if you wanted to play Guns of the Patriots, you had to have a PlayStation 3, you had to have the game. But now that it's coming to modern consoles, a lot of fans are happy. But also a lot of fans are aggravated because this is coming in lieu of a better game. And this, unlike Snake Eater Delta, isn't even a remake, it's just a slightly enhanced version of the game they've already played. A game that has a 94% on Metacritic, and it's highly regarded as one of the better entries in the franchise. Fans still want different. They still want newer, which I can understand. Look forward to this game, August 27th. And on the tail end of that presentation, they announced Darwin's Paradox, which is a puzzle platformer by Konami with Metal Gear Solid inspired gameplay. And I gotta be honest, I'm kind of more excited about that than I am about Guns of the Patriots coming to modern consoles, because it just looks like more fun than playing a game that's been out for over a decade again. Be sure to keep an eye out for Darwin's Paradox, April 2nd, available on all consoles. But what most people took away from this presentation was Konami's reveal for Silent Hill Townfall, which is a new installment for the franchise coming out later this year, 2026. You play Simon as he wanders the town of Saint Amelia, oddly enough, for a franchise called Silent Hill. But some of the best Silent Hill games, in my opinion, don't take place in Silent Hill. We need a Silent Hill 4, The Room, remake, or remaster, or something so I can play it again. But outside of what the town looks like, the protagonist, and that it's going to be a first-person Silent Hill game, not much more is known. Look forward to this game later this year at some point if it doesn't get pushed back to 2027, because there's no lockdown date. Now I want to talk about a game that I did not expect to get announced, but has me excited. Nevertheless, I'm going to get this game because it feels like a piece of my childhood, but also brand new at the same time. Star Wars Galactic Racer. I had several hours in binge sessions with Pod Racer on Dreamcast back when I was a teenager, and it was fantastic. This one looks to be like it has a story mode. I saw swoop bikes, pods, and other kind of vessels, different maps, different planets. I'm very excited about this game. It feels like a really good start for racing games. We haven't had a good one in a while because every race game that comes out just loaded with microtransactions and it's just heavily PvP faced. And I don't like that with racing games. Racing games are really fun when they are narrative based, to me, in my opinion. So it doesn't have a release date yet, but it is coming out sometime this year. So I'm A+ for this one. I cannot wait. Also, I forgot to mention, Konami also showcased Castlevania Belmont's Curse. It is a 2.5 side-scrolling adventure, which looks to be pretty cool. I won't play it because I'm not a Castlevania fan, but I know that is a massive franchise and a lot of people are fans of that, so I'm happy for you. It is set 23 years after Dracula's Curse and should be coming out this year on all consoles. Once again, Konami is covering all the bases. So if you're a Castlevania fan, go for it. Now I want to speak to a really niche audience for a second, specifically the Korean novel audience. And that audience, specifically the people who have heard of or read the book The Bird That Drinks Tears, because that book is getting adapted by Krafton into a game called Project Windless, where you play an anthropomorphic rooster with two giant blades who kills thousands and thousands of things with them in his way. I'm a very simple man. This game looks fantastic, it looks gory, it looks interesting and unique. I will be getting it when it hits a discount price, because single player games lately really don't stick up to the $60 price tag, $70, $80 price tag. So when it hits a crisp 30 to 40% off, I will be interested in it maybe. Now, around the 30-minute mark, I got my hopes really high up due to a word I heard, and then it dropped exponentially. Yako, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Yako Shinobi Ops was announced, and the first thing they said was Tenchu inspired, and I'm a massive fan of the Tenchu franchise. It was the first PlayStation game I had ever played, and I've been begging From Software to bring that franchise back because it is a fantastic game series, and I would love to see it in modern graphics. I would love to see it with modern gameplay. I would love to see that explored more, but it's inspired, and it's kind of weird. It looks kind of like a ninja version of Project Zomboid a little bit. I'm not that excited about it. I'll look at gameplay of it. I might even test it out. But if that's your thing, it was announced. It comes out 2027, so there's no official release date yet. You're assassinating demonic-looking guards. It looks pretty cool. You have a lot of abilities. There's 4 ninjas. It looks like a co-op game, but it said Tenchu inspired, and this is not Tenchu inspired in my opinion, outside of the design of buildings, which is not really Tenchu inspired, but more of history inspired. I don't know. It's a certified will watch someone else play it, possibly. We also last night got another look at Beast of Reincarnation, Game Freak's step away from Pokemon. It comes out August 4th. I don't know much about the game, but it looks beautiful. I'll definitely be looking into this further. I'm not sure if the gameplay is going to be my style. I will make that judgment before I buy it, but I'm at least very intrigued with the design and the aesthetic. Be sure to check out Beast of Reincarnation, coming out August 4th of this year. To nobody's surprise, I was very hyped when they showcased the 4th trailer to Resident Evil Requiem, coming out February 27th. So close. The trailer showcased a lot of what we already know, and a lot of what we speculated. All the infection on Leon's hand. We saw him back in the RPD. Of course, we already knew he was going back to Raccoon City. So to see it in the trailer, a little more than just the dilapidated city itself, was pretty cool. Seeing him interact more with Grace back and forth, how their gameplays differ, him running through the streets, him communicating with Place Your Bets Now. Is it Hunnigan? Is it Sherry? Is it somebody new? There's a lot of speculation going on. It just kind of furthers those theories, and I can't wait to play it February 27th, and I could go on for hours, so I'm just going to stop it here. Resident Evil Requiem, we got the 4th trailer. It was awesome, in my opinion. May not be for everybody, but for it on all consoles, February 27th. And if you were a fan of a 3D action platformer, Kena, Bridge of Spirits, you'll be happy to know that it's getting another installment with The Scars of Cosmora. Really hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I've never actually played the franchise, but after seeing this trailer, I'm probably going to check it out. It looks heavily narrative, looks beautiful. It looks rather unique in its storyline, and I would like to get my hands on it. At least the first one, to see if it's my playstyle. The idea of a fox-like companion that helps you in gameplay, but also becomes a mount. I'm a very big fan of that trope, and I will be adventuring further into this down the road. Hopefully I can pick it up cheap at this point and prepare for its sequel's release later on down this year. It has no official release date, it just says 2026. There were a bunch of smaller announcements. Ghost of Yotei is getting its Legends mode, which was a fantastic mode from the original Ghost of Tsushima. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, these names, man. Death Stranding 2, On the Beach, is coming to PC for the people who are waiting for that. Capcom's newest IP, Pragmata, had a new trailer last night. You get a look at the futuristic take on New York City, which, if you're a fan of sci-fi like me, anytime they take modern cities and just boost them into the future, it's always fantastic in my eyes. And the gameplay is, it's peak. It's great, in my opinion. I love the mix of hacking versus shooting. It's third person, but the dialogue between the two characters, therefore, if you haven't played the demo, I suggest you do it now. Form your own opinions. It might not be for you, but it's still worth a try. Dead or Alive 6 is getting a modern release on all consoles June 25th. Well, all except for the Switch and Switch 2 for obvious reasons. It comes with all the characters you would expect, a few extra skins. They have plans for more characters. There's going to be a free-to-play version and a photo mode for those of you who want to take pictures and very still images of these characters. That's right, there's people like that out there. And we're all judging. We're judging you. But it's there for you, June 25th, if you want it. There's also a gameplay reveal trailer for Control Resonant, as you see the protagonist running across buildings. You get to see the alternate versions of the city. It's pretty cool. Like I said before, a sci-fi version of a modern city is always a cool aesthetic. This one's Manhattan. I'm not a big fan of the Control franchise because I never really had experience with it, but I will be visiting this and checking it out because it might be up my alley. Who knows? Now, there was a lot of games showcased at the State of Play more than I can mention in this video. I've only really touched on half of them, and the other half, while not really catching my eye directly enough to feature in this video, they do deserve the love and appreciation of gamers, and I will be touching base with them on TikToks and YouTube Shorts individually going forward. But the main reason I made this video in the first place was because of the God of War trilogy remake that's now in early development. And the reason I wanted to discuss it was I'm both very excited for it and also kind of concerned about the direction it might take, given track records of remakes in the past. Now, this is by no means a hit piece. I'm not trying to be negative to get views. I'm not trying to be controversial. I will be getting this game day one. I will be playing it 100%, and I urge anyone who is excited about it to continue to be excited about it, because it's a passion project that I'm really excited to experience. God of War was a big game when I was a child. I actually had the pleasure of meeting TC Carson last year in New Orleans, and he kind of dropped a few hints about this project being in development, and I'm excited to see that it was true, and that he is getting his place back as Kratos, because he was a fantastic voice actor for the character. My only concern with the God of War remake trilogy is we know how the story ends, and it's a great start, it is a fantastic end, I love the redemption arc, but knowing where it ends, are they going to retailor the story and scenes to better fit that narrative? Because in a lot of stories that works. Resident Evil 2 remake, the Resident Evil 3 remake, they worked it better into the stories to make it more cohesive going forward, especially with Resident Evil 4, giving Wesker a more prominent role and linking it to the next remake of Resident Evil 5. My concern is Kratos' redemption was so earned because he was unapologetically vicious. He was a monster. He truly was unredeemable. But even he, a monster who could do the unbelievable, came back from that and redeemed himself. If you set that seed early, that redemption arc fades, it goes away. And I feel that would kind of lessen the impact 2018's God of War and Ragnarok is going to have, because if you don't have that mindless killing machine murder, hell-bent on vengeance, you don't get the redemption that he felt with Atreus. You don't get that redemption he earned by sparing gods despite his hatred for them. And I just hope they keep to the original while improving on the graphics and gameplay, the narrative, and expand the story that they already have and not trying to change it to fit the story they have now. That's just my thoughts on the matter, and I hope you've enjoyed my thoughts on the matter. If you do not agree, that is perfectly fine. Please let us know down in the comments below. My name is Lucian Fricks. I'm the Bastion here at the Maelstrom Hold. Join our community if you want to discuss this more in person. I love a good conversation. This is my cat. We'll be talking more about these games going forward on TikTok and YouTube, and we'll see y'all next time. He makes it very hard to film.